Back at Hoops Family Field, Bobby Eddings joined by head coach Chris Grassie. Coach, second half, 4 goals in that second half of action. What changed for you guys?
I just think we stuck to the process a little bit. I mean, we were rushing things a little bit in the first half. I thought our guys were a little bit, too anxious to try and play the balls, to force the ball a little bit, and we needed to just kind of draw them out and wait for the right patterns to develop. And if it wasn't on, we could just go back around because they weren't pressing with more than one guy, so it was kind of a low block type of game. So we just had to be patient. And I think the second half, they took on information at halftime brilliantly, and then we executed really well, and all the holes opened up. And teams can only defend for so long, and then you just literally run out of legs. Like, it's just too tiring. You know, you're defending, you're nervous, your heart rate's pounding, you're chasing, and that tends to break teams down. So we just had to be patient, trust the process, and it came.
You know, you've talked to me before. Your philosophy for your guys really is don't get down on yourself for missing a shot. Continue shooting, shoot more, continue shooting, take the open shot. How do you balance that with being patient?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just that sort of being patient. I mean, the thing about missing a shot, right? The hardest part is to get the chance, to get the opportunity, right? So if you miss one, you know, just remember what you did to get there, to get in those positions, and do it again, you know, and get the next one. So we like to be positive, thinking forward. So if you miss a chance, then, you know, don't focus on the chance you just missed because you get down on yourself, and negative thoughts tend to connect to each other in the brain. Just think about the next one. Think about scoring the next one. It puts you in a positive frame of mind. You're more likely to then score.
You know, it's interesting because you came into the year, Alvaro, Matthew get all the attention, right? Talk about Gabe on that back line. We've talked about him a lot. But Marco's kind of shined in these last couple contests. He's really kind of come out of his shell, starting with that hat trick a couple games ago. What have you seen from Marco that's really impressed you?
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of taken on all of our soccer philosophy, all of the tactical information. He's probably the most tactically consistent of the forwards that we have. He knows exactly what he should be doing, where he should be running. So he makes those runs and he finds gold at the end of them, you know. And tonight, I don't think you'd mind me saying, he didn't have a very good game. Like, it wasn't really going his way. But he kept making the runs, kept doing the right thing, kept being future focused on what's going to be the next positive outcome. And he gets 2 goals. So he kind of turned like a bad game into a really great game.
One of the championship characteristics you talked to me about was that humility. And on one of his goals, you could tell he almost felt bad because he got in the way of Matthew's shot, and then he just put it in the back of that himself. What does that say to you when you see that almost he feels bad for scoring a goal because he interfered with his teammate? What does that say to you about the culture you've built? Yeah,
I think, well, you know, Marco's a special guy, obviously super humble. But I think a lot of the guys, you know, they want the best for their teammates. You know, it comes down to, you know, if somebody gets the game ball, if somebody wins, when they you know, emotionally thank their teammates. Not just a lip service to, you know, my team are great, thanks guys. But it's like an emotional, like, you know, Matthew doing it and Marco talking, like they become a little bit choked up because they're really, really thankful for the team. And, you know, we created a very strong bond going to Brazil in the summer, you know, with the guys who are here in the spring. I mean, this is like a team that is really clicking and really looking out for each other. So, you know, long may it continue.
Your back line tonight, you rotated a lot of guys through there. It seemed like you switched some center backs to maybe some wings. Looked like Morris maybe played that near side wing back a couple times as well. Was it a good opportunity? It's got to be a good opportunity for you guys to get experience, especially going into this weekend, big matchup as well.
Yeah, I think, you know, maybe I've been a little bit too hesitant to sort of make subs. I'm kind of a bit of an old school guy with that, you know, just these are the 11 that you've picked and try not to change it, let them try to implement the tactics over a 90-minute game. But you know, we do have a lot of depth. I keep talking about it. Tonight we got to use it a little bit. It helped us, you know, made us better, made us sharper when we made changes. And just kind of adds that competition for places. And nobody can really feel like, you know, if I have a bad game, I'm going to be fine. It kind of puts that pressure on, the internal pressure, the good pressure from inside, not outside.
Coach, 6-0. Head to James Madison this week, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.